Hey everyone, it's time for Friday Fitness, and today I wanted to hop on and do a live video because I think what I have to share is much more effective when I do it on video in this case. So, when it comes to fitness and our overall health, it's not necessarily always what we eat that's the be-all end-all. That's not the big picture. The big picture also includes how we eat. It's just as important as what we eat. So today I want to talk about honoring your hunger and honoring your fullness. Let's start with honoring your hunger. That means recognizing what happens to your body before you are all out starving. Instead of getting so hungry you could eat a box of Twinkies or eat your shoe or whatever, it's looking for the internal signal or trigger that tells you when you're hungry. And I know that is like a no-brainer, but many times we aren't in tune with the way our body feels. How many of you, myself included, have turned into a crazy woman when you are over hungry, when you haven't been listening to your body soon enough, and you are so hungry that you're getting crabby with everybody? You could stomp your foot and stomp your feet and have a tantrum. Yesterday, I was working with a client, and we were going over this concept, this honoring your hunger. And she said, oh yeah, I know what that is. That's called getting hangry with an H, angry with an H. And I had never heard of it before, but she said, oh yeah, that's when you're so hungry, you're angry at everyone. And that's the truth. That happens when you have not honored your hunger inside of you. So think of it this way. Think of your car. I think almost every car that's made at this point has the little light that comes on in their vehicle when they are almost out of gas. Sometimes we can go 20 miles or 30 miles before we are actually bone dry, but we know we're almost out of gas because that little light or that ding will happen in our vehicle. Well, you have to begin thinking of your body like that. Think of your body when you are about on a scale of 1 to 10, if you are at about a 2, that's when your light is coming on inside of you. And it might appear or it might show up in ways like you are just starting to get that little, I'm getting a little hungry in your belly, or you're getting a little tired or lethargic, or you can tell you are close to getting snippy with people. That is your engine light coming on. And that we recognize that when we honor our hunger light, if you will, that comes on in our body. It's very important that you and I both become aware of triggers and signals inside of us so that we don't turn around and eat a whole bag of chips or a pint of ice cream or keep grabbing more pieces of the pizza. And I am not about dieting. My coaching program that I coach people on has nothing to do with dieting. It's about our behavior. So honor your body by listening and looking for the triggers that happen inside when you're ready to, when you think you need to eat. Now, how many of you, myself included, have not honored that signal inside of us, and we do, overeat or overindulge? We might be satisfied for 15, 20, 30 minutes afterwards, but usually after that we are really paying the price. So there's a flip side to this video. Not only should we honor our hunger, but we need to honor our fullness. And here's what I mean by that. Now this happens to me, so there's no judgment at all, but how many of you have ever, I have, eaten so much that you want to sit back and undo a button? Raise your hand if you have done that. Or how many of you have ever been on a date night and you and your husband go out to dinner and you've eaten so much that you both just want to go home and flip on the TV or go to bed? How romantic is that? I've done that. How many of you have eaten so much because you weren't honoring your feeling full that you just want to go and take a nap? I have done all of those things. So here's what we need to do. Not only do we need to listen to our hunger, and when we get to about a 2 or a 3 on that scale of 1 to 10, we should start preparing our meal and getting ready to have that meal or snack that's worthwhile. But we also need to think of a scale of 1 to 10 on our fullness. And when we get to about a 7 on the fullness scale, we need to stop eating. So, easier said than done, right? Because the food looks so good. Here are some tips, and these are some tips that I go over with my coaching clients. Instead of getting so full that you want to just unbutton your pants, do this. When you recognize that you're about at a 7, push your plate away from you. Maybe put your napkin or cross your fork and knife over it so you have given the sign to the waitress or waiter to take your plate away. Or, this is even better, and this is what I've started to do. Let's face it, in America, our serving portions are astronomical, typically. Usually we are served so much more than our bodies can really eat. And again, I'm not judging because I've done the opposite. But ask for a to-go box right away. I've been doing it lately, and it took a while to get in a habit, but it is so freeing because I'm not eliminating my meal. I'm eating it, but I'm also putting some away because I know I'll eat it another meal tomorrow or whenever. So you can push your plate away, put your fork and knife over it, and signal the waiter or waitress, I'm done. You can ask for a to-go box right away. You can do this if you're at home. Okay, so that works when you're at a restaurant. You don't have waiters at your house. But what you can do is put out pieces of Tupperware or containers, if it is Ziploc bags or whatever, put them on your counter right away, or maybe put them on the table right away. And in place of a to-go box, recognize, honor your fullness, and put the leftovers away right away. Not because you're saying, I can never have that. Remember, I'm not about dieting at all. I'm about the behaviors that are associated with how we eat and what we eat and why we eat. You're telling yourself, I'm honoring my fullness, but I'm going to eat that tomorrow or whenever. So those are the 2 things that I'd love for you to take to the weekend with you. Think about this weekend. Just get curious. No judgment if you do overeat or you do not listen to your hunger scale and you turn around and become a crazy woman because you are so hungry. It's okay. No judgment. I'm sure I'll do it again myself. But do me a favor. This weekend, get curious about how you're eating, not what you're eating, how you're eating. When am I sensing that my gas light is coming on in my body and I really am getting hungry? Because I want to head that off at the pass and I want to eat something before I go crazy and get all hangry. And I'm about a 7 on the fullness scale. I'm going to push my plate away and save my food for tomorrow. So I'm going to practice that this weekend as well because I have a family reunion. My dad's side of the family, it's our big reunion tomorrow. And what do you equate with family reunions? I'll tell you what I equate with. Great food, fried food, casseroles, desserts. We're going to have them. But I'm not going to necessarily say I can't have something. I'm going to watch my behavior and honor my hunger and honor my fullness, because I will be a happier person if I do it. So I am doing the same thing you are. Thank you so much for watching. If you got any value, yay, I'm so happy. I love this this page I created, because I am all about healthy living with purpose. I'm huge on purpose, from the inside out. So I'm so glad that you enjoyed the video. If you did, thank you for watching, and have a great Friday.